Hello, hello.
What's up?
It's Brian and Melissa.
That's right. So we're in the sauna today. The sauna. I know it's been a while. That's where this show is normally hosted when we do regular talk shows. Check out our channel. But it's been summer, so it's just been hot. Honestly, we haven't used it as much, but we'll be getting back as it's already August. So fall's coming. Okay, how'd your beet juice go today?
I didn't have any.
None.
Well, no.
What happened? You forget?
Well, I didn't make it last night, and then this morning I just wanted to get up and work, and I didn't have my juice, and then I had to go get my COVID
Blah, blah,
shot,
blah.
and then I didn't make it because I went to work. So basically, yeah, I didn't make it, and I failed the day.
Okay, well, most of mine was consumed through smoothies today. Okay, so we're gonna talk about beet powder versus beet juice real quick. Okay, so beet powder is considered like a superfood, right? And the question is, well, which one's better, right? Okay, this is according to the internet, right? So I'm looking at articles, you never know, but generally these are like health websites. So I'm like, okay, at least maybe they know. But basically, beets themselves are going to have more nutrition, which makes sense than the actual beet powder. Um, Plus, you get a lot of, I'm going to say this wrong, phenolic compounds and nitric oxide. So they're saying beet juice wins that battle. Okay. Now, in a different article from Cali Love, I don't know anything about this one. Basically, this lady was talking about beet powder being good because there's less carbs, right? Now, so if you're going like keto or whatever, so 1 teaspoon of beet powder is only 4 grams of carbohydrates, and obviously this can be less sugar compared to like a cup of beet juice, or they call it beetroot juice. But basically, a cup of juice is going to be 24 grams of carbs. So that's definitely quite a big difference right there if you're trying to knock down the carbs. But it's interesting. They go on to say, and I have to read this. Basically, there's like potassium in beets. Okay, so by having whether it's going to be beet powder, which a teaspoon of that gives you 85 milligrams of potassium, which is about a quarter of a normal banana. Nonetheless, they're saying if you're having beets, more like it's balancing your sugar, I guess. Okay, so that potassium helps, and also by having real salt, not like your processed salt, but basically it's like this ratio between the potassium in your body and the salt that I guess equates health.
Sugar.
Does that make sense?
And the sugar.
And the sugar, yeah, the carbs and the sugar will go with the beets, but yeah. So that's kind of interesting. Thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, a lot of people have to really watch their insulin resistance, right? So that way they're not just going up and down and getting these crashes and getting migraines and blah 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 blah. So a lot of the people that I saw were concerned about high amounts of beet was it is because it's a vegetable that has this vegetable has the highest amount of sugar than any other vegetable. So you really need to make sure that you're balancing that out. But yeah, I've also heard similar things that um if you if you have it in its full form, you're getting everything else that you need to balance that out.
Right. Again, so just to clarify, the beet juice can have a potassium in there, which actually helps balance out the salt in your body, as long as you're not
The
consuming like.
sugar in your body.
No, this is actually talking about salt. So,
Okay.
but yeah, the beet powder, like she's saying, is going to be less sugar overall. So they're actually, yeah, they're really kind of focused on the potassium versus salt balance in one's body,
Okay.
as opposed to like everyone's like, oh, I'm on a low salt diet, right? But like, well, it's not so much about. I mean, if you're having McDonald's, you're gonna have a lot of salt in there. That's not healthy. But if you're having normal salt and then you have beets, you're getting in potassium to kind of help set that balance up, which is more natural than just trying to like go super low salt. Like that's not natural. They had salt in a lot of foods back in the day, right? Didn't have a refrigerator, so salt was, how they kept things. So
That's true.
there you go.
Salted fish. That was a thing. Still is.
Salted pork. I heard it's amazing when you salt it the right way.
Mm.
I listened to a podcast once on it. So, anyways, there you go. If you want to cut down your sugars with beets, go with the powder. It's going to have less nutrition overall. And, by having beet juice, you're going to get the potassium, which will actually help balance the salt in your body as well. So, a few facts from you. All right. Well, we hope to be back in the sauna soon. Always a pleasure. Can you give us something more on beets before we go?
People used to use it to dye their hair.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks, babe. See ya.
Bye.